Right. Hello, hello, hello. Well, have a great day, Wildflower. Thank you for stopping by. I need to tighten my seat just a little bit. Because it gets wobbly after a bit. Hi 23, hi Hot Pockets. Wildflower, hello. Emotional Pumpkin, hello. And Lyra and Babby, hello. Oops, sorry. Hello, Otto! Hey! I must have paint on the brain because I heard Titan and not Titan. Alright, sorry. A bit less wobbly. Like, I gotta tighten my buff, hold my beer. Hello, Agent XP. And Curious, hello, hello. So I really tried to locate my core paints. And I have no idea where I put them. Which, if you're somewhat familiar with my channel, you will know that that's a recurring thing, unfortunately. Especially after have tried to organize stuff. So yeah, there are some colors that I might be able to compare to other brands, but some I might not. Oh well. Sassy Britches, hello! Willow! Figured out the chat thing. Apparently you have to create a channel, you can't just have a YouTube account. Oh really? Oh. Hello, hello, hello! Hey, for once that I have a plan. Whee! I need to just clean up this plate. It's the plate is off-white, so keep that in mind. I have paper towels near me, which is always useful when working with tube paints. Hello. Nice plate. Hey, thank you. It was, my dad had a few plates that he wasn't using. In fact, we went thrifting, and I was looking at the plates, but the place we like to go thrift, they sell the plates by set, usually. You can't really buy just one off. And, I was looking at them, and I was trying to explain to my dad why I was looking for a plate. And he was like, well, I don't buy a plate, I have a bunch at home that I don't use. You can have your pick in there. And I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, he has a bunch of plate that he bought a long time ago, but no longer uses. So he's given me one like this, and I have two, well, they're here. Two small square ones. And I like this plate because it is, I wanted to experiment. I don't know if you can, oh, you can see, there's like two sort of like little divots here. And it slopes down, and then you have the main part of the plate. And I was like, if I put two paint on the edge, the extra water is always going to drip down, which is possibly a good thing. And I wanted to see if like the little divots would work well for paint. So yeah, the little square one's also really nice. And he had two, and he gave me one that wasn't chipped first. And then I was like, oh, Dad, if you're gonna get rid of the chipped one, give it to me. It won't go to waste. I will use it, and I don't care if it's chipped for painting. Who cares? So yeah, so I have some paper, I have the paints, and yeah, basically what got me started on this idea is that I was sort of looking at paints in general, and I quite like the Aquafine paints in general. I've tried a couple of their travel sets, like the small little palettes with extruded paints in them, and I really like them. I feel like the Aquafine range for a student range, they're really nicely priced, and I like the paints I've tried from them, but I haven't tried many paints from them. So I was looking at their paints online, and I started noticing a few things that I was really intrigued about. Sorry. Oh, I have a tea. In a couple of minutes, I have to get up to get my tea. So the first color that really drew my attention is the ultramarine pink, because it is made from PR259, which is the ultramarine pink pigment. And I got to thinking, and I was like, wait, there's really few brands that offered this pigment. And here we have it in a student range where every tube is the same price. So I started looking at the other colors they have. Then I was looking at ultramarine violet, and it has PV15, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm here. And then their cadmium orange hue is PO71, which is this super nice transparent orange. And I was like, okay. And then the last one that really drew me in is the transparent turquoise, which is PB16. Aquafine watercolor implies the existence of firebat pastels. I guess so. Which kind of pastel? The driest of the driest pastels, or the greasiest of the greasy pastels? And Shiro says hi. Hey, Shiro. Oh, she's eyeing the squirrels. Man, the squirrels we have here are so unafraid. I've said this before, but I'm totally obsessed with ultramarine pink. It is such a pretty color, and it's not offered in many ranges. I know Core has it. I'm guessing Daniel Smith probably has it. I also grabbed a few extra colors. My idea was to get a cyan, magenta, yellow triad, but I think my brain just farted partway through the idea, and I have the yellow, I have the blue, but I don't have the magenta. So I'll put a pin in that idea. Oh, hi, Luna and Caramel. Hello. Aw. Hi. And so with the tubes, I also grabbed the sap green because it is PY73, nothing particularly special there, and PB29, also on its own not very special, but I was wondering if it granulates. So that's the thing. They're cobalt violet hue to compare with Powder Cobalt Violet, because it is such a pretty color, but also so expensive. And then Raw Umber, because the oh, that's intriguing. The raw sienna, raw umber colors are usually very hit or miss. I felt like this was a good benchmark to test. Oh, does Roman Schmal have ultramarine pink? I didn't think so. Huh. Old Holland does. Core has it. That one I know for sure has it. Ultramarine violet, but it's a mix. Boo. Okay, then I have, like I said, the yellow and the phthalo blue, but no magenta, so... Aww. Aww. It's Vidal, il y a une boule de neige. Yeah, I'm bummed that I glitched out and didn't grab the magenta at the same time. Like good job me. And then I also grabbed a few of the pens to be able to compare. So I have they sold it's like the same price, but you get 2 half pans. Like as far as student ranges go, they're really like giving you like a good deal for your money, basically. So yeah, so ultramarine pink, ultramarine violet, the tubes match, so we'll be able to compare. Cadmium orange hue here, but there's also Indian yellow hue that came with it. The transparent turquoise here came with a cerulean blue, which I'm excited to try out because I really like those kind of yellowish cyan colors. So I'm excited to see how this one does. And then also the raw umber, but also some darker colors, browns, sepia hue, Van Dyke brown hue, Payne's gray, to see if they're any like decent. Yeah, they sell them in pairs like this. That's freaking awesome. I'm like, okay. And also the gold one, because I saw Kimberly Crick's post on these, and the gold tube paint looked really interesting to mix with other colors. So that was also part of the whole experiment. Ultramarine pink is magenta if you squint. Yeah, that was my consolation prize. I was like, aw. I mean, eventually I'll look into getting it, especially if the tests here are good. Like if we find good stuff. Yeah. The one I have from Core is quite old, so it is the PR259 pigment. I'm pretty sure, but I couldn't locate my Core paints, so maybe some other time. Maybe for the eventual part 2 of this testing session or something. The raw umber is here. Now I just have to find out where I want to... Oh, I have to grab my tea. Hold on. I keep thinking that I made myself an Earl Grey tea, and then I get surprised that it smells like cinnamon and spices, and then I'm like, oh, it's because I made a chai tea instead. Hey, hi Claire, hello. Oh, I see, I got it recently from Core. Get ultramarine pink, and I was disappointed to see the newer from... Aw. Hold on. I can't find the... Oh, I know. Give me a sec. Salut, Babette. Oh, non. Qu'est-ce que tu veux, là? Ah non, tu veux-tu être la star du show? I'm all set up, baby girl. Oh non, pas ma place non plus. Parce qu'après ça, je suis... Ah, mais essaye, toi, de virer Péco de son spot. Tellement cute. Ok, attends. Oh, ok, hi, Clou. Tiens. C'est la star du show. Apex.
Faut les suivre sur ton.
Otto is here. There you go. Hello. You gonna put fur everywhere? Is that the plan? Oh, where did you go that? Hey, watercolorist, hi! Hi, Static King, hello. Apologies for the temporary cat on screen. Sometimes your cat just wants to have a bit of screen time and pets. I totally did a big no-no as a as a cat owner yesterday. A total fail on my part. No one was hurt long term, I hope, but I kind of surprised Peko with a cat mask. Like I put a cat mask on my face, and I went to see her, and I sort of didn't really let her process, and she really didn't like it. She really didn't like it, and I felt so bad. My poor baby, I'm so sorry. I should have known. Yesterday I learned that you don't surprise a pet with a mask on your face. You didn't think that was funny. She was terrified. My poor girl. My poor baby. That was a close-up. What's up? Otto is saying that you're the prettiest of all the kitties. You wanna go down? How about now? Is that better? Yep. Okay. Bye, Pico. And that's it. Another find of Aquafine. I mean, we're gonna figure it out right now. Like, I am covered in cat hair now. Okay, so that's what I want to test out. I want to see how these fare. And I grabbed my core and my Roman colors. Okay, so I was completely off. Ultramarine pink is PV15, but it's discontinued. It was quite a decent, you know, facsimile. Man, I'm getting old. I'm getting all my paints wrong. And then the Roman one is the right pigment. So I'll keep these swatches handy. We'll be able to compare with these swatches, if anything. So that's that. Dee Doodad, hello. This is my favorite cat. I mean, I don't have any ultramarine at the moment, but you know, I've had. Anyway, we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna start with ultramarine pink because the one that I've been the most excited about, to be honest. So quite nice. No explosion yet. The paint is quite stiff. Oh, that's a binder. Okay, that's let's try massaging this thing. need to buy green magenta, and I plan to get the Aquafine. From the swatches I've seen online, it is really lovely. That's the more like purplish one. You also have permanent rose, which is a bit more warm, so a bit more pink. There's blue. Okay, let's try again. Looks like it's gonna be a lot of binder again. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
C'est cool.
Oh, c'est chaud. I mean, we're gonna see. Alright, let's start with whatever smudge I got from that. I'm gonna try to be good about keeping the threads clean, especially if this is mostly binder, because it is very sticky. And yeah, I mean, I really have had my only bad experience with the Aquafine set really was more to the tune of the color selection rather than the paint itself. Like their little travel 12 color set has 2 blues that are basically the same color, and 2 yellows, I think, that are basically the same too. What's the most green thing? Ultramarine violet, that also... Oh, that's a very complex question. I would suggest looking up swatches on like artist pigments, or perhaps a video featuring it. If I don't know if Otto has made a video about that one, but if she's made a comparison video, that would also be a good place to start. I was also disappointed with the color payoff from the ultra pink pan, not nearly as nice as their sap green and magenta. I would recommend Roman Schmal ultra pink. Yeah. Is opera pink very pink? I mean, it's gotta be the pinkest of all the pinks. It's opera pink. I don't know what your expectations are, but... What else is new? But I know I have black watercolor paper somewhere. Guess I'm kind of due for another. Oh, it's just there. The gods of chaos have smiled upon me. Magello's Mission Gold pink, like the upper pink, is the most pink in my opinion. Oh, why is this a block? Oh, it's not. Okay, phew. I was like, this absolutely does not need to be a block. Of all things. Ew, the texture is gross. Ew. It's the first time I'm trying this one, and it's like stripy. Okay. Sure. Okay, hold on. Aquafine is overall opaque. Ultramarine is always chalky. It is ultramarine. Whether you get ultramarine blue to all the other variants of ultramarine, it's always like that kind of chalk texture to it. All of this. Grab this and a pen, and then hopefully I can stay sat down for more than 2 seconds. Okay. Sorry about that. And I think about re-wet if there's a noticeable... Yep. So that's... I'm gonna try to find it here. Oh, it's the first one here. Hello. I like that. Gods of Chaos have been with me. Hey, watercolors, I completely disagree with you. Either you got sold some bootleg weird Aquafine set, because this is not opaque at all. Okay, maybe the other ones will be, but so far, I mean, what you say doesn't really track with the experience I'm getting from the paints. And I feel like opacity, transparency is kind of a weird factor when it comes to paints. In the sense that, first of all, you can't really rely on the brand's take on it, looking at Yosemite, and then it's kind of not necessarily indicative of the paint's behavior in a painting either. I guess it's almost an impossibility to have a color be super granulating and super easy. I mean, all the cobalt colors are usually very easy. Cobalt teal is super easy to re-wet in most brands. Aquafine is fine. Not aqua grade, but certainly fine. Okay. You win. Tube. Not tube. Tube. Right, let's have the one on the paper. This one is more opaque. You can tell just from the swatch. And then I'm also gonna get the half pan because of the way the binder was separated. And non-toxic. Oh, I mean, if you want granulating colors that are non-toxic, you might have a hard time. Oh, okay. Extra point for Aquafine though, and I think no one can argue with me on that. They print all the info on the pans. That's like a bonus point. That's good job. I support that. Aqua moderate. Aqua mid. I'm mentioning Sniddy as if Daniel Smith isn't famous for color correcting so hard. What do you mean? Like the label? Oh no, their swatch online. Yeah, their swatches online are just ludicrous. So far, the pan seems to be wet, you know, decently well. Huh. Look at that. Did I grab... No, I grabbed the right tube. I think. This one. But check this out. The pan color is closer to the Roman schmall color. Oh, I'm extra glad I made the effort of getting pans and tubes. That's so weird. How weird is that? That's so odd. Okay. Hello! I also have to paint the... Here. See, it behaves a whole lot more like the Roman schmall color. The same kind of effect on the paper. That's really weird. But I mean, it's supposed to be... I don't know if they... I mean, we're gonna try ultramarine violet, so we'll be able to see possibly, but... yeah, I don't know what happened. That's weird. This one is done. Let's get to ultramarine violet right away. I'm gonna try mixing it up as well. You have the tube, huh? That's really weird. I might inquire. I might write to them afterwards, just to ask. Like if they tell me that they've had a known issue about a mix-up or something. I'm trying to see if this one will come out as mostly binder. Oh no, it looks like paint. I think we have paint. It is very, very solid. Not dry, just very dense paint. It's not flowy. But I prefer that, less chance of a paint explosion. Okay, so this is supposed to be ultramarine violet. Aquafine, PV15, and tube. It looks even more purple. It's as if like this tube is a mix of both. If you look at it. That ultra pink pan looks nicer than the result I got. Maybe I should take my pan back out. It's worth a try if you still have it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tinker with the ultramarine pink tube. Either try to mix it a bit better or something. Because there's definitely something odd going on. Even on the black paper, you can kind of see that the ratio seems to be really off and really strongly in favor of binder. Just from the sheen of the swatch. Like the first swatch. And the first stuff that came out of the tube was mostly just binder. So that tracks. The ultramarine violet so far is exactly the kind of color you'd expect from an ultramarine violet. Give up and got the RS one before. So that's the tube. The pen. So far, these two pans have re-wet really well. It's even more intense than the... Again, it looks like a different color. Let's see, do I have the... Sorry. Oh no, I do not have ultramarine violet from Roman Schmuel. Who would I have that from? I don't know. People gotta leave. Oh, well, bye. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this one. It's super duper extra bright. And hold on, it's supposed to be... Color made in England, assembled in the Dominican Republic. So they make the paints in England, they send them to the Dominican Republic, and then they send them back to England. That's so stupid. Supposed to be PB15, okay. It's a bit less granulating as well. It's more like a dioxazine bit. I don't think Holbein has... Sorry, correction. My tube ultramarine pink looks like your tube of... That's so weird. Get like twice the colors in a way. I don't think, do not think Holbein has. Like maybe Schminke, but I don't think I would have it. Otherwise, I have it handmade by myself, I think. Ultramarine violet. Do I have two? I have two. Oh, okay. I don't know what I was on when I made that, but here we are. It's a saying, just pour it in England. I know, I know. Your ultramarine violet, though, is a lot more pigmented than mine. Mine is very weak and looks a bit chalky. That's so weird. They dry, look, they dry fairly opaque, even the Roman Schmal one, but that's just the nature of the ultramarine pigment. Trying to understand why ultramarine pink and ultramarine violet are called ultramarine. It's gotta be, perhaps on the chemical side. Paulo, maybe Paulo would know. Our resident chemist. If he doesn't mind me calling him that, of course. Handmade ones might need to be pre-wet just a little bit. Yeah, the pan is more like a dioxazine in terms of behavior, in my opinion. One of them you wet a whole lot more than the other one. Just barely means to be, you know, let to sit on it just a little bit more. I don't know what to make of this. The pan is definitely the odd one out here. With the ultramarine pink, it was the tube that was the odd one out. With the ultramarine violet, it is the pan that is the odd one out. Okay, so let's... The cadmium orange, right? Let's try that one. This is supposed to be a PO71 color, which is a very bright, transparent orange that is usually very lovely. I might be mistaken, but if I remember correctly, all the different shades of different ultramarine pigments are the result of the same chemical reaction. But if you tweak things a bit like temperature, sorry, I'm so sorry, and ingredient ratios, you get different shades at the end. That's really cool. You can even get a gorgeous turquoise ultramarine. Ooh, isn't that one kind of, like as a single pigment, it's not really produced anymore? Most turquoise ultramarine named color we find are usually a mix of phthalo green, blue shade, and ultramarine blue. So far, the paint straight from the tube behaves really well. Like, it's not gloopy, it's not weird, it seems to be relatively strong and bright. That's about what I expected. Kremer had ultramarine turquoise once. I still have some of that precious pigment stashed away. First of all, it was a gift, so that's extra. But then it's also so unique. I had a pan of it from Kremer at some point, but I don't really like the Kremer formula. I find it to be too weak, and that too much of the pigment just rubs off, and it's messy. I'm currently filling a pan with core ultramarine turquoise, but it's a mix of PB29 and PG7. Yep. Hello, B-chan. I'm just gonna call you that if you don't mind. Now the pan. And I also have the Roman Schmal version of the pigment nearby, so I'll be able to compare. How did yours behave, a watercolorist? Since you said that you were really unimpressed by the color, what were you? Did you get a different result, or were you expecting something different? Keep forgetting to paint the swatches in the on the black paper. This one technically should be transparent. And it looks like it's gonna be a bit, leave a bit of a residue, but this is such a weird paper. I don't know if you guys can see the way it makes these lines. I don't know. Start pen. On Lana's Discord, there's a guy who works with pigments in the automotive industry, and he also makes paints. I'm pretty sure that's what he explained to us once when he showed us his gorgeous collection of ultramarine colors. Ooh. I know that Kremer sells a like a ultramarine collection of pigments. And I wonder if the that ultramarine turquoise is in there. It is a very pretty orange, isn't it? Seems to be quite oops. Let's dilute this just a little bit more. It seems to be quite on par from the tube to the pan. Gotta let it dry fully before assessing because sometimes there's a bit of a drying shift. Ah, fudge. If so, I think I might have it. Their website says it's PG-24. Your PO71 is the same as mine, but Schminke Academy's PO71 is much richer and deeper red in mass tone. It is somewhat difficult to get that one because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, do they include it in the their basic 12 color selection, or is it part of those Schminke Academy colors like the other 12s that are never in any sets? And if so, they're much harder to acquire. Oh, it's gonna be the one from Roman Schmal. Poop. Okay. Yes, busy bee beep. It is fixed, I guess. Hi. That's the tube. Pan. Hey. Let me saw. Hello. Oh, Hippopotamus Bosch. Hello. Have you guys seen this new Phoenix professional watercolor tube set of 36? It's supposedly identical to Winsor & Newton Pro. No and have the Phoenix professional pan version of those and they are a solid meh. I got it recently and I'm not sure it's the same as Winsor & Newton. White Knights. Sorry, White Knights or Winsor & Newton? Winsor & Newton, okay. So the pigments seem very high quality and they do dry in the pan in a similar way to Winsor & Newton. Yay, for some reason it shows the handle. Yeah, that's a kind of a sneaky change that YouTube spawned on us, where it would sort of start using your handle instead of your like nickname. I was busy bee. Oh, okay. Hello. I'm not sure. I only got 5 Academy paints. I didn't like 2 of the pans, so decided not to risk. Oh, okay. But yeah, over here in good old Canada, they're a bit hard to find. And usually you can only find the Schminke Academy colors in sets. And the selection is their standard 12 colors almost all the time. Unless you buy a larger set, but yeah. Sorry. That's my, my lovely mug. Not an actual fart. I am no expert, but I was pretty impressed with the pan colors. This might have been because my expectations were low, but I was pleasantly surprised. My main issue with these kind of releases and pans and paints and whatnot is that they're often very short-lived brands. And it's annoying when you find something you like and then you can never find it again, or the quality suddenly changes. That's also something that can happen. Oh man, chai tea is... Ha, I did the thing. Spice tea is so good. Okay, let's try the transparent turquoise. Transparent turquoise. Sorry, I mumble. This is supposed to be PB16. Hello cyanine blue, it says, but it's not just that, isn't it? Those white gel pens Lindsay recommended were solid. I got the ones that included metallics, and I'm really enjoying overblinking my work. When the Frugal Crafter posted a review, they were sold out in Amazon last month, I think. And it's possible that the ones that Lindsay reviewed are not the same as the one you buy later. Because of this kind of lack of consistency in the products. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. Okay, I love it, this one. Seriously. And like, I don't know if you guys realize, but every single one of these tubes was like something like $4.50 Canadian. So that's what, that's like $3 US. It's Roman Schmal. RS is Roman Schmal. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. Wait, a watercolorist. Well, did you say you had issue with this one? What kind of issue? I don't see it. Yeah, YouTube tried to censor the farting peach. Why is it censoring farts? Come on! This is such a lousy thing to censor. It's just farts! What? So this is the transparent turquoise. PB16. For the life of me, I have no idea why Holbein decided to stop making their marine blue with just this pigment. Do you think it's censored peach? Oh, no way. Let us all say fart, fart, fart. Millions of peaches. Peaches for free. barbs. Here in Quebec, we call them pet. In France, they call them prout. Maybe if I don't think you want that body part to be farting, to be honest. I don't think that's good. It is really inconsistent as a sensor, isn't it? Alright, so that's the Roman small one. And yes, I am very not doing the same in the same order every time. Oh, now you don't censor hippo. Really? Surely that's worse than... Seriously? In the UK, some of us say Trump. Oh, I wonder why. Not related to the person. No, but you could. You could relate it to the person, and I don't think anybody would mind. Can you autocorrect? Can you not? Yeah, there's a word for that, and it would definitely get censored. Sorry. The transparent turquoise PB16 is very nice. I like the one I have. It is noticeably more turquoise than... Oh, yeah, it could be a camera thing, that's for sure. Because my camera is not quite like presenting the colors like 100% as they are. And I don't have the skills, knowledge, equipment to fix it, but... That reminds me of one of my absolute bad customer experience in the world of streaming. And it's how they always sell webcams with the resolution that you can take a photo with. They will say 1080p, and you're like, cool, I can stream video in 1080p. That's awesome. That's what I need. And then you buy it, you set it up, and you cannot do more than what's the one below 1080? That's 720 or something. I don't know. Like you can't, and it's all like, no, that the max resolution is like one level down from what you thought, and I'm like, okay. And you can take photos though. Yeah, of course, because I'm buying a webcam to take photos. Of course, that's why else would you buy a webcam, right? I mean, come on. Fair, but we've said it since the 80s. Anyway, there's your art prompt for the week, people. I hope to see paintings for the beaches. I think Sarah Renee Clark deleted my comments once. To be fair, I may have been trolling. Oh, was it a sort of friendly troll, or was it a... I don't know that person, so I don't know if he would troll to be mean or just to be silly. There is one last color that I have pan and tube. And it's the raw umber. I'm eager to see this one because I'm very picky about my raw earth colors. Raw sienna, raw umber. More often than not, they're awful. Oh, it's coming out on its own. No. I saved it. Also, funnily enough, what does it say here? Does it say anything? What does it say on the pan? So it says it is made from PBR7. So pigment brown 7. So that's brown iron oxide, right? And then oh, I have some on my hand. I have brown on my hand. Oh, that's because it went everywhere. What am I trying to say? Yeah, it says carbon black on the tube, but PBR7 is not carbon black. It is brown iron oxide. I can't remember, probably veiled criticism about her products. Oops. UIT, the Young Turks? Wait, what? Sorry. The cadmium orange hue is rather opaque. It is, especially the tube. The pan one seems to be a bit better. Why did the brown get all over? The raw umber from the tube looks like... Okay, that's I hope that's a good start. I don't know what... Did you say if you liked it or not? It seems to re-wet... Well, re-wet, it's already wet, but it seems to dilute fairly okay. Perhaps not too gloopy. Fingers crossed. Oh, no, that's nice. Oh, I can live with that. That's okay. Doesn't seem to be gloopy. Politics on my art stream? Yes, please. Okay, maybe not. No politics here. Okay, I'm not mad at it. That's good. That's usable. I like it. Why swatch on black? Opacity check? Exactly. Exactly it. Not only is it PBR7, but it's a nice one. I'm okay with that. Now the pan. 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 YouTube has been very touchy about the censoring. Like in the last few weeks of streaming, I feel like we've had more hidden messages than in my whole the total sum of my years of streaming. The raw umber was fine. It mixes beautiful grays with ultramarine blue. As it should, because it is PBR7. PBR7 should in some way always kind of neutralize nicely with the ultramarine blue. It should be a fair like educated guess that always pans out. Well, have a good bath, Claire. It's finally autumn in Florida. What is that like? Are we still seeing cake? Oh yeah, take cake. Yep. Take cake. Oh yeah, you know, paying bills, cleaning the house, all that really risque adult stuff. Oh my gosh, seriously. It's on fire. It's censoring the kisses that Emotional Pumpkin just wrote. I guess you're gonna have to go for either 2 or 4 X's. 3 is unacceptable. Yes, going to do my raunchy emptying of the dehumidifier. It was 35 Fahrenheit this morning and the leaves are falling from... Okay. So, somewhat actual fall-ish. I don't know, in my head, like, I've been to Florida twice in my life, but always for vacation, and I feel like it's always hot, and that it doesn't really get a winter and a fall, but I guess not. Though to be fair, I did mean that. Yeah, but it's mild, isn't it? Like, it doesn't mean much of anything. All right. So that's it for most of these that I had, you know, both the tube and the pan to compare. Oh, it's gonna be a bit of a free-for-all. Ugh, it's very well mixed. Cobalt Violet Hue is a mix of PV23 and PV15. Joe, hello! Greetings from Corinth, Greece. Hey! I'm guessing all the crocs are migrating to Europe to become bags. Oh my gosh, oh no. Oh, is it Joe K or is it like GOEK in one word? It was in Daytona, Florida in the 90s, the cider scrub. Oh. Aw. Yes, no, I figured. Over here, oh, ow, ow, ow. Well, Canada has all 4 seasons, and it gets relatively cold in the winter, nothing new. And we have a thing that's called ice wine and ice cider, I think. And it is made from grapes that have frozen on the vines, or apples that have frozen on the trees. So maybe you could have made some sort of orange ice wine with the frozen oranges. It's okay. Okay, cool. But it's an old account, and YouTube missed. It switches. Not it switches. What I'm trying to say is that it's an issue we've been having for a couple of weeks, in the sense that YouTube has made it so that now people in the chat show up by their @ handle rather than their username. And I don't know why they did that, but they did that, and quite a few people came in and were like, "What? Why is that my name? That's not the handle I like to use. That's not like my username." But the thing is like YouTube doesn't tell people when it does that, and it's like, why? When it introduced the auto dubbing feature, it was a panic for a bit. I was getting messages, like people were like, "Ew, why is the audio so bad suddenly? Like, your voice is not the same and it sounds awful." And I was like, "What's happening?" And then I figured it out. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's this weird feature they didn't tell us about. Thank you." I was reading it in my mind as Joic. Rhyming with... I don't know who that is. All I can think of is the like the way the Dutch people would say it as a book. Juk. Isn't van der Poel? Yeah, that's it. We have 19C at the moment here. Somehow autumn is cancelled. 19C is lovely though. Ah, Celsius. The actually good measurements. Not the freedom units. You can adjust the display name in YouTube settings. Yeah. But I wish they would sort of let us know. Like, I don't mind necessarily having to go switch it up, but it's the surprise. Like, but then the fruits will have thawed by the time they age in the caskets. What would they call it? Cold wine. They call it ice wine because it's made from fruits that have frozen over. That's it. I'm going to do the adult stuff by going to bed to sleep before sunrise. Ooh. Have a good night, Busy Bee. Oh, Ren from Ren and Stimpy, the MTV. Okay, yeah, I know Ren and Stimpy by name, but I didn't know that they had last names. Their creator is a bit of a creep. A bit of a big creep. F can confirm deny, but isn't ice wine super sweet? Like the grapes are left on the vine through the freeze. It's possible. I don't drink, so I don't have any first-hand experience of it, but I just know that it's a thing. As far as that, the only sort of product I've seen from that was when I worked downtown ages ago, and there's a lot of touristy gift shop down there, so they really poured up on the maple items, the t-shirts with wolves paintings on them, and they had a bunch of things around ice wine, iced cider, and they had like ice wine tea, and I was like, what the heck? Like black tea, ice wine flavored. I'm like, what? What's next? Are you gonna take out the raisins pie next? Like, what's the next step in the gross Olympics? It's yucky. Oh, hold on.
Ouais.
Sorry about that. I believe the YouTube censor has its picture in the dictionary near the phrase missing the point. Ah, it is really good at that, right? Okay, just saw a YouTube video in English, auto-dubbed into English. That's insulting! Oh yeah, take cake, Busy Bee. Ice Wine is super duper sweet. Ugh. Sounded like Ev left to go build a giant wooden rabbit. What? Potato Pirate, hello! Why a rabbit? Right. Should we see if the sap green granulates? I think that's a fair next one to try out. Sap greens are so hit or miss in my opinion. I don't really like Winsor & Newton's sap green. It's mostly a texture thing. I feel like the texture of it is really weird and goopy. I need to look into like what sap green is supposed to be like, because I feel like every single brand has a different offering for that color. And I don't think I have much of a mental image or a mental knowledge of what it's supposed to be. This is nice though. That's usable. That's fair. It's a beautiful green. Not very mad at it. In the Merry Master set, the sap... Oops, I think it cut. I was just wondering what the historical sap green... in French, it's... Did they have it here? Yeah. In French, it's basically named bladder green. And I was like, what the heck? And it refers back to how this color was sold initially. It was sold in a bladder, like a pouch. And you would get the paint, the pigment, I don't know, out of the bladder. So it was bladder green. And the French quite literally translated it as verre de vessie, which is literally bladder green. Though I don't think I've heard that word vessie used for a bag. I think I've only used it for the body part. I have a swatch of stripes. Oh, please do share on the Discord or somewhere. I don't know. In the Mary Master said the sap green is very difficult to re-wet, and I do get a lot of binder in that one. Oh, that's a bummer. Even if you try like mixing it a bit. I got a Meeden metal palette from Temu basically for free, and you know what? It's not that bad at all. That's the best feeling, right? Kind of like playing with these. These are, the more I look at it, the more I like that sap green. But, yeah, it's like the price of paint is not the only indicator of whether paints will be nice or not, especially nowadays. Bladder green sounds like something you need to go to the doctor about. Buckthorn berry juice. It's gotta be quite muted, right? What else? I have 5 pans left, 2 tubes. Oh, let's try the cerulean blue. Keep forgetting the swatches on the black paper. Temu, Ali are good for hard goods. What do you call hard goods? I feel like these places are have like, if you follow a set of principles, you can save up a lot of money on those kind of websites. I would never get any kind of electronics from there. I don't think that's the place for it. And no clothing either. Because it's a bit like you can't really trust what they say about the garments. Even if they say like that something is cotton, it's not going to be cotton and all of that. But for really like basic items that you can see that you would buy the exact same thing at the store, but it would be marked up by a lot because it went through like three different intermediary between being in the store and being, made. That was a messy sentence. Grape soda flavored paint. Grape soda. Ooh. I got some nice plastic storage tubs from Temu for a pretty good price. What have I got from there that was like particularly... Can't think of anything. They have Bao Hong paper. That's good. Like if you need some mailers, I guess they like just the basic stuff. I don't think that the palette's sold by major brands for 10 times. Oops. It depends. Even eBay outside of the US, there's a banner at the top saying you'll be responsible for the fees if you... Yeah. Yeah. Articles like empty pallets, storage, water cup. Oh yeah, the metal tins, that's basically the same, but a fraction of the price. Put it up can distinguish between verre and pan pain. It makes for interesting translation. Oh my gosh, I know. I've seen that in a few classes from like Domestika or similar, where they kind of sort of auto translate from Spanish and they don't really check it. Ugh. Yes, those are the sort of things that I have on my wish list. Basically all art supplies. Yeah, the magnetic pans are really nice. You just have to be thoughtful about it. Temu takes some research before buying, but if you know what you are looking for, there are some... Yep, I agree. And it's gonna be so much more affordable for exactly the same thing. That's the Like, I don't think any of us is made of money. I just saw Agalo has a buckthorn berry green. It was on sale on Jackson's too, I think. And yeah, they probably used the actual buckthorn berry pigment from Kremer. That would be my guess. LED lights, I would be a bit cautious still because of the fact that it's electronics, and like I don't know enough and I don't understand enough about electronics to be able to make a what I feel like is a good assessment of what I'm getting. Like, is it safe to use? All that kind of stuff. I don't know enough. Also, I would be very careful about buying stuff that they label as like official brands, quote unquote. Like any set of paints from a known brand, I would be extra careful about that. The things I've been getting from Temu lately that aren't really marked down, but which I can't find anywhere else, are some of the new limited edition Baohong pads blocks. What is limited about them? I mean, after all, yeah, they all come from China, but the thing I am not savvy about is the inspection part of the products. You know how to be able to sell anything that uses electricity, it has to pass a few sets of tests, I think. And I don't know exactly if they bother with that on every electronic they sell on Temu. Like, I just don't know. I don't think it's anywhere than Amazon or all the other sites. Like, if I get like I got not my fault really, but like there was a security issue with my bank. Like, I don't know why I get that feeling, but I would have thought that a place like a bank would be kind of working extra hard to avoid that stuff. And yeah, you have to be always careful, but that's the thing. I feel like it's the baseline level of being careful here. That's a very beautiful color, also very opaque, as you can see. It's almost like neon on the black paper when it's not dry. But that's what I expected. It is cerulean blue, so it is PB15 PW6. That's what I expected. Oh, it doesn't show the link. Crap. We can't see the link. Are you on the Discord, a watercolorist? They know about privacy, but ethics definitely. Like AliExpress, they give you all these deals predicated on minimum purchases for stuff that is yeah. Same, like there are some weird manipulation of the way things are worded or how it's written and all of that to make it so that you feel like you're gonna get a really good discount on stuff, and then you get there and you sort of fill up a cart and go to use what you thought was the discount, and it doesn't work like you thought it would. And I think they mostly hope that you will go through with the purchase anyway. Like, oh, if you're at that point, perhaps you will buy the stuff anyway. But yeah. Oh, you're not on Discord. Ah, poop. Oh, I also got some empty half pans that have magnets already. Yeah. Yeah. And they're so good. They're so, like, strong. USB charged LEDs are totally safe, and even the cheap stuff are synchronized with cameras. And they don't give that strobo light effect some LEDs. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I get the feeling that you know a whole lot more about this this kind of stuff than I do. Oh, I'm too old for this. No, I'm not, but it's fun to say. In one case, it's Baohong artist blocks with illustrated covers, or they released some special 30th anniversary blocks. Oh my gosh, like 30 years. And I feel like we've started hearing from that brand only yesterday. The only thing I ever bought on Ali is a Gudetama LED light, which I turned on once and have not since. It lit up my house like, what do you mean? It was too bright? Temu is a horrible ethics violator. The sweatshop stuff they get up to is seriously next level. Both Temu and AliExpress rip off artists and designers worse. I agree. Okay. I'm always just curious about if the stuff you get from other places is any different. You know what I mean? Aside from the price. Because, you get that kind of stuff from Amazon as well. Like, it's exactly the same stuff as you find on Temu or AliExpress, but pricier. Not that Amazon is any better, but what I'm saying is I've seen it a few times where people will be like, oh, I'm not going to buy from Temu or AliExpress, but I will buy from Amazon. And you're like, okay. You're just going to pay more. It's exactly the same thing. It's as bad, is my point. There's some deceptive imagery. Yeah, they obviously Photoshop with the scale all out. I was looking for a specific size of item, and you had to read the description because the photos would be absolutely unreliable. Like, something looks huge in the person's hand, and you look at the size, and it's not even 2 inches, and you're like, yeah, okay, sure. Pretty page with very pretty, except that color with a red tendency. Which one? The purple? The purple? Oh, yuck. Interesting. I've noticed a shift on Temu, especially instead of piles of stolen art, it's AI slop. Which is, you know, a stolen stuff with one extra step, basically. It's as bright as the sun. I mean, the fact that it's a Gudetama light too is extra. All the retailers shop from the same Chinese factories. They just that's what I'm sort of thinking. Like, even the white label stuff I see like at my local art supply store, like their store brand stuff, is just the same stuff I see on Temu, but with their logo printed on it. You know. Amazon is so bad, but from the documentaries I've seen, Temu and Ali. I mean, Shein, all the fast fashion crap is also equally, like, awful. Yes, always look at the dimension of boxes. They always... But you have the same issue on Amazon. You know? I heard stories of people only getting a printed images. Oh, that's so next level. That's so bad. Can you imagine? I'm sorry, I find that super extra funny. I don't know why. I tried to go to brick and mortar stores to buy things and can't find it, and then end up on Amazon. Then I think about how before there was Amazon, it's just an item I wouldn't have gotten to have. Yeah, and you kind of then sort of, I don't know about you, but then I would sort of end up on the thought of, do I really need it or not? But also sometimes stuff is just like overpriced, and you're like, how am I supposed to, like, let's say I need a battery for a watch. Well, I can pay like $10 for a single battery, or I can pay $8 for 12. And with my current knowledge of stuff, I cannot really see a difference. Oh, this is Oh, this Indian yellow hue is PY 153. I think when I was looking at it online, it said it was PY 155, but it is 153. That's even better. Oh, it's super nice. Look at that. Oh, that's such a pretty yellow. I love it so much. I like a good warm yellow. Such a pretty color. Gosh, it's nice. I keep a little measuring tape hooked on my desk, and it's helpful to reality check size. Yeah, I use like all my workspaces have a cutting mat on them, so that's also sometimes I will look at it and be like, okay, 2 inches. Oh, that's much smaller than it looks on the photo. That kind of stuff. I bought a table easel from Temu for 12 euros. The exactly same thing at the local art shop costs 45 euros. Who is stealing who? I do think though that the art shops are the one that sort of end up losing in this situation, because often they don't get it for like 12 euros. They have to go through their stockist or whatever. I don't know exactly how that works, but like they have to go to a person that has a list of items they can get for the seller, and then the seller puts in an order and the stuff gets sent and then it arrives. So there's like a lot of steps in between that usually explains why it's so much more expensive. Is 153 the one that's... I don't know. Not without checking. But it's the one that got quote-unquote discontinued. It used to be the pigment number in Daniel Smith's New Gamboge. It's really important to read the description. Oh yeah, you have to check the size of stuff. Especially if you look at the photos and it looks photoshopped. It's like, wait a second. Sometimes too, people will post like images, like consumer images. Those are also super helpful. If I understand right, Amazon has such a huge buying power that they can offer prices. What Amazon is said to do is they will make it so that the smaller sellers either go out of business or they will buy them out. And then when all the competition is gone, they are the only ones selling the thing and they hike up the prices. Answering my question, yes. My Aquafine PY 153 lean is more yellow than orange. Yours is slightly more orange. It could be a camera thing. It is quite a warm yellow. But yeah, I do think it looks a bit more orange on the video. But it is like my favorite. Oh no, this one is the PY 155. That's it. That's the one. That's just me being confused. Oh, that one separated a bit. Sometimes I want to get... I put that Sennelier light in my portable painter. It is on top. Oh no, you put tube Sennelier into... Oh, I'm sorry. If you want to have Sennelier in a travel palette, usually the like the safer option is to go to Sennelier but buy one of their pre-made pans, because it's extruded paint and it's much more solid. It won't run everywhere. Of course, it's an extra purchase, especially if you already have the tube, But if you are looking for exactly that specific color and you absolutely want it in your travel set, you need to look into getting it from them in the pan. Oh, there's so much binder that. Yeah, and apparently Dillaroni still has it too, so I don't know what to make of that. As a person with a lot of connection to small businesses, please know that the little guys generally aren't just... Yeah, they really try to offer the best price they can, as far as I know. But they're having to deal with such harsh competition that it's not an easy thing to do, and that's why a lot of places are shutting down. I always try to support small businesses, and I understand that they can't order bulk and get big discount, but sometimes, yeah, that's sort of the difficulty. How does one join a Discord? There's a link in the description. If you click on the link, it should bring you to a page that is pretty simple and that will either let you log into your account or create one. In this case, if you don't already have a Discord account, you would have to create one. And then it should also bring you to our specific server. And on the server, you can see the list of everyone that's part of it, including me. If that makes sense. So that's the cat yellow hue. Hello! Welcome back, Mr. Paolo. At the moment, I'm swatching along with color mixing the whole bind starter set. And their leaf green and ultramarine. Oh, that sounds dreamy. Their leaf green is so interesting. The 6-tube starting set. What's the colors in there? Okay, I'm gonna try to remember. Carmine has to be in there. Peacock blue. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Viridian hue. I know there's a yellow in there. Which one is it? I feel like they've put a warm yellow in there, but I don't remember. Then I'm still missing 2 other colors. Possibly ivory black. And I hope they didn't put a white in there. If they put white, I'm gonna be extra disappointed. Nothing much, just baking a cake for tomorrow's family lunch. Ooh, a cake! What kind of cake? Tell us more. Right, so the Indian yellow hue really has a whitish deposit on the paper. So far, it is the one that has it the most obvious. But it really doesn't show on white paper. Many small shops are family owned and many times they are in pre-internet time. Yeah. They still think they are the only source of supplies in town. Yeah, and then everything in terms of prices increases, like the rent, the everything. And the income doesn't follow for them. It's just crummy. And as a consumer, you're really stuck between a rock and a hard place because you want to help support your small local businesses, but who can afford to pay 3 times the price of a thing? It's difficult. Oh, Crimson Lake, Vermilion, Permanent Yellow Deep, good. Cobalt Blue, Viridian Hue, and Burnt Sienna. Change. Oh, I had different colors in mine. Really? Cobalt Blue Hue. It is a mix between PB15 and PB29. Okay. Oh, I'm interested in that. I have to look that up. Still really like the sap green. It has a really subtle granulation, but it's really interesting. Really nice. Really, really, oops, very nice. Okay, we have about, oh, we have 5 minutes left. We have to try the gold. Right? Otto, are you still around? Apple cake. Ooh. And pressure. Oh, man. Ah, it's coming out of the tube on its own. No. It made a big old mess. Look at that. There's paint everywhere. Not good. And now I can't go back into any of the colors because just made a good old mess. I'm gonna try the gold, Otto. You wanted to see the gold, I think. Right? Is that it? Did I misunderstand that? It looks really cool. Like I'm excited. Because it looked like it was a bit of a super fine, rich, glittery kind of gold, which is super fun to mix with other colors. Oh, okay, that's good. It's not even streaky. Check this out. That's surprisingly good. Man, I've tried so many gold paints that were extra streaky when you tried to paint a shape with them. This one is like not streaky at all. Let's try with I mixed it with the phthalo turquoise kind of color. Okay, it's invisible. Hold on. We have to try a different ratio. More gold. A big blob of gold. Pretty page except for the purple. Well, someone is being mean to the purple. It's a very nice little starter set, great price in the UK, and I added the leaf green and the ultramarine, which I feel rounds it out nicely. I still have one space in my homemade eyeshadow. Ninth color, you gotta go for opera pink. You need a magenta in there. How do you manage without a magenta? Is it shimmery? It is, and even the one where I said it's invisible, you can kind of see it a little bit as it dries. That's what I want to see, though. I want to see these dry to see the glitter more, because now it's fighting with the, you know, the shimmer from the fact, sorry, that it's wet. The fact that it's wet looks like everything is shimmery. But as the paint will eventually dry, only the gold will shimmer. They have a silver too, and now I'm really intrigued about that. Oh, that's so much fun. Haven't been censored today. Try posting peach emojis, Paulo. We've had an issue with that earlier. I can't believe that's student quality. I've seen a lot of artist grade that was terrible. Yeah, seriously. Like you try to make an even flat area of the shimmery color and it's just a patchy nightmare. Oh, we have to try it on the black paper. I don't know how it is if you let it dry and then you re-wet it, but straight from the tube, it is really nice. Ooh, ooh, what? What? Look at that! Dang, I'll have to see when it's dry if it stays this poppin'. That's absurd. That's so absurd. Oh god, my cat threw up. No more grass. I mean, that's why cats will eat grass. Like regular grass. They eat it so it will make them sick, so they can get rid of all the cat hairs in their stomach. That's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it? I did not expect that. I'm kind of shaken. It is really cool. Works really well. Dang, Aquafine. You're holding out on us. With all of these colors, why is your like basic 12 color set so mid? Why is it so mid? You don't have any excuses for it being so mid. Like, it's terrible. Let's try with a... I'm a bit wary of putting my brush that has seen glitter in a pan. I might have a forever glittery ultramarine pink, but I really want to see what it looks like with the granulating color. Whoa, wait, what's that? That's the Aquafine Gold. It is quite striking. Hold on, let's because I know I have these easy access. Let's see. Dang it. Okay. So I'm gonna try with the Arabic Gold from Lero. All I can think about is Trump saying there is no such thing as realistic gold paint. Man is living rent free. I mean, he's not wrong, but that doesn't mean he should get real gold for anything. I'm a bit incensed that I bought a lot of gold paint trying to find a good one, and Aquafine was the one. Everyone in chat is busy adding this gold to their cart. Oh, Paulo, you don't like shiny things. What? But it's so cheerful. I think I just sent gold to my forehead. It's not as I mean, maybe I could let it re-wet more, but it doesn't come across as... Oh, that's a bit better, perhaps, but it's not quite the same strength. I asked for a gold pen from Kramer and think somebody got it for me, but I don't know yet. If not, maybe the Aquafine. And I mean, the Aquafine will set you back $4 or less. So, you know. Ah, I already had gold. That's good. That's a good gold. I like gold. It is staying quite opaque, isn't it? It looks really good. It is kind of this really warm, like shimmery gold. I am a very lackluster person, there's no shinies. That's not true, you like bright orange. Hey, Paulo, did you see the bright orange I swatched earlier? Look, look. Orange, orange, ooh, ooh, ooh. It is so bright, it is so orange, it is orange. I like it for eliminated manuscript type vibes, or for little details on Christmassy paintings. I want to find more uses for it. Like, I want to put shimmery paints everywhere, but it's sort of more difficult than one would have thought. Banging my head on the wall, it was Aquafine after all. I mean, I would have to check your video again, but I'm pretty sure you find some good ones. And I'm pretty sure you tried the Kalira one, and I mean, this one is still like, it has a fighting chance against the Aquafine one. But yeah, this one, I mean, mind you, this one is still, the Kalira one is still more expensive. This one is really inexpensive, but it's really nice. And it is looking super interesting in mixes as it dries, because it behaves a bit like granulation in the mix. So it doesn't settle down evenly in the color. It adds a lot of shimmery texture that you don't really see until the angle is right. You know what I mean? Yes, I did watch. I think I have it. I would be surprised if you didn't, because it's orange. I think the key is just to put it anywhere. I previously did a lot of agonizing about where it was appropriate and was still... yeah, that's kind of the trap that everyone who wants to use shimmery paint sort of falls into. Because Aquafine were the only colors I could get over here. I mean, my personal opinion is that they're quite good. There's weird stuff and a few discrepancies, but overall, like, they all do fairly good, I feel. Like, the ultramarine pink and violet were a bit weird, depending on pan or tube, so that's perhaps the odd thing. But for the raw umber, it was really nice. The sap green I also really like. The cerulean blue I like. The yellows are good. Like I said, I stupidly didn't grab a magenta, which is so unlike me that I don't know what happened. But I feel like for something akin to Cutman, these are much better. And they offer something really interesting in terms of pigments and colors and hues that you don't necessarily have from Cutman. Could be useful as a mixer in abstract art. Yeah, or anything. Like, say you have this silver one. Well, you could just mix it into a water. You could use these as mother colors. Have a bit of it in everything. Creations by CC on YouTube uses... yeah. I keep a Pinterest board of metallic art, or art that uses metallic paints in some way or another. It goes from the old paintings of religious icons to more like modern stuff, more abstract stuff like creations by CC. And it's just sometimes fun to look through it and see if it doesn't spark an idea. It is surprisingly opaque. Like the Kalira one is perhaps a bit more shiny, but on an angle it looks more transparent. Whereas the Aquafine one kind of looks opaque in any angle. It's still student paint, mind you, but it's very good in terms of performance, in my opinion. The colors that I was worried about having a poor performance were the raw umber and the sap green, but they're both really usable. Like the raw umber is the right pigment, first off, and then it's quite, it's not like this jelly feeling to it. It's not splotchy. And yeah, I feel like when I started painting and I had my terrible, crappy Pentel paints, perhaps if I had these Aquafine colors instead, it might have really made a difference into my perception of the medium, and I wouldn't have taken a break from it for like 20 years, you know. I've been using mica paints lately in landscapes. They were great in Galaxy. Oh, yeah. For icons, nothing can beat real. Yeah, I know, but it's still interesting the way how they allocate elements of the painting just for the gold. Like, okay, well, they have a halo, and that whole halo is gold, and you're like, oh, okay, so blocking out a whole area for a flat metallic color, that's an option. Like, it's just about making you think, you know. I cannot iterate ideas if I start from nothing. I have to look at something to get rolling. If that's such a cool idea for guys. Yeah, I have a person, like a private Pinterest board of all sorts of stuff. And it's just like, I tried to put everything in its right place. And yeah, all right. Kellegg's Loop, I think I have a few of his in my metallic bundle of images. And every time I would see someone like use, well, sometimes it's foil, and I realized that paint and foil is not the same look, but it's in the way the color is used, how they decided what would be foil and what would not. That can be the thing that sparks an idea, you know. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end this here. You can probably hear that I really need a lozenge right now. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking I might eventually make a more like thorough review of these, but at the moment I don't really have anything extra to say about these. You've seen like the looks and the swatches and my live impressions of everything. And there's definitely a few colors in here that I don't see why someone would pay more for them compared to the like why would you necessarily get a pricier paint if this is available? I don't know. So yeah, definitely something to push further, and perhaps I'll have a different take after using this. Perhaps when I'm gonna do some mixes, I'll find more stuff out, but for now, yeah, they're nice. Oh, thank you so much, Watercolorist. I really appreciate it that you went through the hassle of, you know, getting over there. I'll check this out. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I hope this was instructive or entertaining or something. And if you have any questions, you can ask on the Discord. That's perfectly fine. And I hope you have a great weekend and that you have some fun time. And perhaps you can carve out a little moment here for a bit of painting. And yep, don't forget to take cake. Oh my gosh, Sassy, that sounds like a lot of dishes. Good luck with that. Bye everyone, take cake. I would get something pricey. I mean, that's fair, but if someone only has access to Aquafine, it's better than, you know, other brands that we could find. Anyway, Thank you guys. Bye bye.